What is going on, Roland Empire here, guys? Give you a video. Today's topic is going to be on a film called Come On, Come On, directed by Mike Nichols. I can't help to lie to say I haven't seen his movies, but I heard, if hopefully some of you guys have seen it, he directed Beginners and 20th Century Women. I remember when that one came out, but I didn't have the interest to go see it. So really, I didn't want to go see it. I still haven't seen it, so it just shows how urgent it was for me. But Come On was a film that is following up Joaquin Phoenix from having his Joker performance there where he won all the awards. So this is sort of his follow-up, at least the way it's lined in the filmography category. And the way this looks from Mike Nichols looked fun from the trailer. So, there are certain ways that I thought I was hooked on checking out this movie. And it seemed endearing, it seemed fascinating, and just seeing how, it's being shot in, A24 backing it up and all that, I'm always excited to see if A24 does something good. It's something refreshing. It looked like, judging how trailers are, this could be something special. Something different and all. How does it live up to my expectations and all? I really thought this film really was so endearing, really. It was very charming. It truly, I'm going to come out of the bat and say this is one of my favorite movies of the year. This truly is. I really liked, Joaquin Phoenix really is a really powerhouse of an actor, okay? Like I said, he's already established it and all that. Just seeing Joaquin give the performance he is, I'm not surprised. It's his little nephew, because this story follows a family kind of problem kind of thing. Family arises, mother of the kid needs to go take care of her former husband, his dad and all. And then Joaquin Phoenix is just trying to live by, just go around cities interviewing people, just kind of thing for his little kind of like a podcast kind of thing. But he's being called by his sister, who they barely have talked to, but it shows that because there was an issue between their family, that's why. But they kind of come back and close, tells him to take care of his nephew. He goes on with it, but then the journey takes a bit longer. That we go through this sort of road trip between uncle and nephew, and a lot of that is filled with the great performances of him, but his nephew in this movie that is played by, man, I have to remember the name of the kid, but the kid did such a good job. Who would have thought someone that caliber and all that really kind of, I feel like, outshined Joaquin Phoenix, even though Joaquin Phoenix was good too. This little kid, as I was looking at it, I was like, I couldn't help to think they really did a good casting to be like, this felt like if in real life this would have been Joaquin Phoenix's nephew. And I looked, that's why I just need to remember the name. I looked, I was like, they're not really related, but I felt like they were really believable. They really felt like they truly were related to one another in real life. But the on-screen chemistry they had was so unique. It was nice to see a little slice of how a family kind of relationship like this, a dynamic goes from where they don't hate each other, they barely know each other. So that's a nice way that they don't immediately don't care one another. They want to know each other, but it's throughout the whole process where Joaquin's job kind of calls him again to go places. He takes him with him, and they go throughout. They interview people. They have nice little provoking kind of things. I thought that would have been over the head, kind of beating you on it, but they walk that fine line where it's just kind of little thoughts kind of give you. They want pressure it, but they want to kind of have people just talk. But throughout that, it kind of goes back through the uncle and the nephew, and they just have their own things. And throughout this, it's them discovering how well they can actually relate to one another. And it's nice to kind of see, because a lot, it's very popular now, how families don't get along. And this is nice to kind of see, two family members that maybe they didn't get to know each other end up being, really good, just family members to each other. That's kind of what you want. And throughout that, there's still some tension, because the kid has his own kind of episodes. And then it kind of shows that maybe he's related to Joaquin and all. And then seeing how it mirrors his dad too. The mom and dad kind of aspect, I think it wasn't too strong because it wasn't a lot of there. But I like that they admired to show that they cut back to kind of show it made sense, but to kind of say why we need to care. But it really centers more on Joaquin Phoenix and the kid. That's really what is the heart of the movie. But it shows that, this kid has his ups and downs, and seeing how he questions his uncle and Joaquin really wants to make up. And they really push each other, and I like that. And, so they have ups and downs. And, when it goes sour, you want it to get better. When it's fun to get better, you kind of expect maybe something happens. And it's not very intense at all. It's just something like what a up and down situation will go within family, just that kind of stuff. But because it paid off of how realistic it was. That's what I wanted with this movie. I'm like, yes, like man, just settle down, see like again, like I said, it's just a glimpse of how like just families are like. Feels nice to get a film like this again. You know, I love what I get of any kind of movies. There's a whole blockbuster versus independent route. I don't want to get too much into it, but you know how that goes. And I don't want to be that person. But it's just, it is nice in this world we live in now. We can get little films like this. And these kinds of films really need your support. And, you know, hopefully word gets out and all and just shows that those that do go unsupported, I think it really is a worth it movie. It's just nice to kind of, it kind of helps you to maybe, like, at least it did, like, make me reflect. Made me reflect, maybe just kind of think, maybe just kind of feel like I was, you know, enjoying watching them kind of just go around and all. And a lot of subtleties going on. I like it. A lot of the whole, what the combination of the film work, you know, the camera shots and all, how they combine with the actors' subtleties and all. This really, truly is a best movie of the year in regards to kind of how performances are. This is nice to know. Like, if you want to do acting, this movie gives it a fine example of how acting is. So I truly like how masterful of crafting it was for acting wise. This movie truly should be an example of how acting in the art itself can be done in that kind of way. So I liked it in all of this aspects, and it was nice to just get a film like this. Like, sometimes you just need something. This is a nice cleanser, but at the same time you get something. It's not a filler. It's just a nice little story. Again, I liked a lot. It really felt like a dad and son kind of thing, and you can honestly argue to see it if you want to relate to it like that. But still, as an uncle and nephew, just anything of like a like a mentor apprentice, but not like that hitting over the head, but just still having that kind of relationship. You can have that bonding experience with someone in your life. Honestly, someone in your life, you can honestly enjoy the film like that. That's really where I had a great time. I was very smiling. I was very just happy just seeing this film, even though there were some dark themes. That's why, you know, I don't want to oversell that. There is things like that, but it was a nice way to kind of bring it back, give it hope, give it some glimmer, give it some happy like thoughts and all. It just, the film really was so very fun, likable still, just the way everything was crafted and everything was presented. But let me know, guys, maybe if this movie didn't do it for you, you wanted to see more. Maybe this movie is one of your favorites of the year and you enjoyed just how the performances were. You just liked how the kid and like Joaquin Phoenix, the way their chemistry was. I liked it. It really worked a lot for like how just music was, you know, played out, how, you know, editing, all that, the design, and just the camera angle, the cinematography in general just really worked, and how the acting worked, the performances of these characters. It really was a great time, and I enjoyed it, and I had a great time with the flick. So all this in the comments below, guys, and as always, roll an empire, laugh, smile, repeat.